giants.
The giants?
The giants.
Back in the day.
Okay, go get me Genesis 6. We'll break it down to because back then men were bigger, but that's not talking about that. We'll break it down for you and give you the better understanding.
Yeah.
Okay? Because what's happening is that you had a lot of people that are teaching opposite things. We're going to explain to you who these giants were. But this is before the flood. Okay? Because even after the flood, you still had giants.
You got giants now.
You still have giants.
NBA players, they giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's right.
There you go.
Right. The world.
Exactly.
That's right.
So there was two sets of giants before and after the flood, and we're going to explain to you what it really means. Now go ahead and go to that Genesis chapter 6.
Okay, this is Genesis 6. I'm gonna start it. You want to start at the top?
Yeah.
Genesis 6. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Yeah, so the sons of God, it says the sons of God. Now people say that these are angels. No, they're not angels. The sons of God are the same people that are the sons of God today, the Israelites. Now go real quick to Psalm 82. The sons of God.
You know they got a grave
sons
site
of the Most High.
for giants in West Virginia.
Huh?
It's a burial, a big area where the giants supposed to die in West Virginia. They got big mountains where those supposed to be tombstones.
Okay, we'll go into some of that. I studied that extensively.
Yeah.
Psalms 82.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, this is Psalms 82 and 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
I said you are gods and all your children of Most High. Now he's talking about to the children of Israel. Because the children of Israel are the sons of God. Okay? Israel means he is the prince of the power.
He's a prince.
How are you a prince? You're a prince because you came from a king.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's the king?
The Most High.
Yeah.
That's what you are. You're a prince.
So what's going to happen on this side is what's happening is on this side, what the Most High is doing is he's sealing up the men who will be called the sons of God.
Right.
Because there's only going to be a subset of men that will be classified as the sons of God.
Right.
And then they will have children out of them that will also be Israelites, but they won't be considered the sons of God. Now get John chapter 1. And this is how how those men are going to become the sons of God. Because it's all a cycle. We were the sons of God before the flood, but what happened was we started going away and started breaking away from being, because think about it, if you're a son of God, aren't you supposed to, there's certain behavior, action you're supposed to have. There's certain regalness in the way you're supposed to be.
Yep.
And everybody else outside of that is supposed to be like, wow, look at them.
Look how they act.
These guys are on point. So go ahead and get that.
From the top.
Those who gave them power to be the sons of God. What is John 1? Go to 7. As many as he received became the power to be sons of God. Was it like 10 or 11?
Yeah, it must be receiving the light. Man shine in the world, knew him not. But okay, here it is. This is I'll start at 10. John 1 and 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not.
This is him that he's talking about in John. This is the book of John, chapter 1. Them that he made is talking about Yahawashi. Because Yahawashi, who the world knows is Christ, but his real name is Yahawashi, he's the one that formed the world. What happened was the Most High, Yahweh, created him. And then through him, he used him to create everything that's visible and invisible.
That's right.
That's how powerful, Yeah, you can say that to a certain degree. He was utilized kind of like, you can say a puppet.
I mean, hey.
If you want to say it like that, but really he was going to do the actions of his Father. Because it tells you, Yahawashi says, I do always the things that pleases the Father. So when he was created, he then used him to create everything. Because so the Father is greater than the Son. We know that.
Right.
But the Son was given the power by the Father to do all these things. And he created out of that, created the angels, and created the world, the stars, and everything. So it was the Father and the Son that was with each other from the beginning. So that's why, and he says, So read that one more time.
He was in the world, and the world was made by him.
He was in the world was made by him. Not just the world, but the world is talking about Israel. Because that word there is also cosmos. Cosmos refers to the constellation of stars, but also refers to a particular arrangement of people. And it says the world was made by him because we actually came out from him.
Yeah.
The nation of Israel actually came out from him.
Yep.
That's how heavy it is. But we're not going to go too much into that.
Yeah.
But keep going.
And the world knew him not.
The world knew him not. Who was the world knew him not? His own people. Because when you go into the Gospels, most of the Israelites didn't accept him. They wanted him dead.
Yep.
And they actually did kill him. But guess what? He rose from the dead.
Still saved.
And still is going to save his elect.
His elect people. Yeah.
His elect people.
Remember, he say, "I pray for them that thou hast given me."
Yeah.
So not everybody in Israel going to be saved, but the ones that he's called.
Yeah, and it's going to break it down. Keep going on that.
Verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him,
But as many as received him. So, but as many as received him, what is he going to do for those that did receive him?
to them gave he power to become the sons of God.
To them, keep going.
Even to them that believe on his name. So that name is important, like brother
Yeah,
said.
and the name is also a reputation, because someone can say they believe in the name, but they don't believe in his words. We know people like that.
Right,
We know people that believe in his name, but they don't believe in what he said.
Right.
So, but to them, he's going to give power to become the sons of God. So those same men you saw in the beginning that they said there were giants in those days, those are going to be the men that will be considered the sons of God.
Right.
Meaning that those men are going to look extraterrestrial. You ever seen like a Silver Surfer, or who's another character?
What's another?
Who's another character?
Shoot, man.
I can't even think
I
of
can't
it.
even think of none of these superheroes.
Because they can't even look. They can't even make them look like how they're going to look.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be the sons of God, right? If you're going to be classified as that because you received Yahawashi, you think you're going to look like a regular man? No, you're going to stick out, man.
Yeah, you're going to stick out.
You're going to stick out. Yeah, go to Daniel. We're going to break it down to him. We're going to go to Daniel chapter, you know what I want? Chapter 12, start at the top, and then we'll go to 1 Corinthians 15. Because see, what we're trying to do is we're trying to show you what everlasting life means. Never perishing, never dying, and basically being, immortal. What does immortal mean? Forever, never dying, meaning that nothing can destroy you. That is what eternal life is. People think eternal life is, not everybody's going to live forever. Living forever is something that's given to the people that believe on it.
But I don't understand why people think that you can't live ever. I mean, they was living like 100 years old.
They was living hundreds of years because back then the earth was in a different state.
Yeah.
You didn't have GMO food, you didn't have pollution. So think about it. If you live in like 2000, not even 2000, if you live in before the flood, because what happened was when man started sinning, God, the Most High said he's not going to let man live past 120. That's written in the scriptures. Now you notice that nobody lives past 120. Anybody that says that they do, they just didn't have their birth. They don't know when they really were born. He's not going to let his spirit stay inside of man past 120. Prophets, he said that. That's why no man could live past 120. Some men did because he allowed them to. But after Moses was the last man that lived to 120 years. After that, everybody lived less than 120 years.
Right.
Moses was the last man. Moses died at 120 years old. He was the last man that lived that long. Our forefather Jacob lived to 175 years.
Who was that?
You got one?
No, what's that?
Daniel 12, huh? Start at the top.
Oh, here it is. Daniel 12. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to the same time.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is there's going to be a time of great tribulation. How is this going to happen? They're going to have global economic collapse. A global Great Depression. You heard of the Great Depression before? There's going to be a global one.
Yeah.
So they're going to collapse the economy. There's going to be all civil unrest everywhere on the planet. And then there's going to be World War III, which is prophesied to happen in the scriptures. So what's going to happen is it's going to be great trouble. And during that time, he's going to have, for the elect, he's going to send Michael, the archangel, to come and be a shield of protection for the elect of our nation. The elect means the chosen of our nation. It's not everybody that's an Israelite is going to be delivered and saved.
Right.
Trump already trying to start everything.
Come on.
Look at that.
Wall. Let's go, because they ain't gonna go back.
Yeah. See, everything he's doing he ain't going backwards. Everything that he's doing is going forward. He's going to make it tougher and tougher. He's going to make it harder and harder because that's what he's supposed to do.
Right.
He's supposed to do that because
like
our power controls the rulers of this world.
Yeah.
That's why we don't got to worry about him. He's doing exactly what he's told to do.
Just like when they put Obama in office, it was for the face.
That's right.
And he wanted to do whatever Trump's doing right now, but it wasn't for him to do. It was for Trump to do.
That's right. Yeah, because Obama signed a lot of executive orders, passed NDAA acts every year, and all those executive orders, when you examine them, he never even went and did those things. He just had them on the table so that when the time comes, his next counterpart will do it. Him and Trump are like this.
Because
they're all cool with each other.
And that's how they do. That's how they do that thing.
And people think that they hate each other.
They don't.
They friends,
That's just like Jay-Z and Nas when they were beefing.
Yeah.
It was about money.
Them dudes are cool with each other, man.
Yeah, so you know what's up.
Yeah. It's the game of the
So
go.
yeah, they're gonna bring that great tribulation, which is gonna be the worst time ever on the planet. That's what said most times in scripture. The worst time on the planet is coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna be on top.
Huh?
We're gonna be on top.
That's right.
Hey, that's right.
That's right. We're gonna be on top.
We're ready for it already.
Yeah, we're ready. That's why that's why things happen. That's why what's happened to you happened to you.
Yeah.
Because more than likely you're one of his chosen.
Yeah.
That's why he did that to you. Yeah, he just said, listen, man, I gotta get this guy prepared.
Yeah.
I gotta get this brother prepared because he's one of my chosen.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he does to different brothers. Brothers got different stories like that. You know, where they just come out of a situation and they're changed and renewed, so that way now they can get back on the right track.
Shoot. Hey man, like bro say, everybody got a different testimony. Shoot, the doctors told me, they say, man, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, you're gonna die by 25. Bro, I ain't know what to do. I was scared, bro. Hey, turn that knob, man. Switch me to a different direction.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead back to that.
Yeah, this is.
So he's going to read it to you. We're going to kind of break down some things.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Yeah, so the only people that will be delivered are the children of Israel that are written in the book of life. Meaning that in heaven, there's actually already a book where there's already known who's the elect. Right. Even before we were born, it was already written if you were going to be of that chosen. Period. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So everybody that's written in that book of life is going to be delivered.
That's right.
So keep going, bro.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Yep.
Woo, bro.
So what's going to happen is some of our people they're gonna awake. Some of them are going to be dead. Some of us are going to be alive, like it tells you the scriptures. But he's going to wake them out of the dust. Which see, that's very heavy because it's possible he can basically someone that's dead and that was wicked. He can bring them up back to life just to get hit by the missiles.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. They coming out of that sleep.
Hey,
then they coming up just to get destroyed.
Because you saw me putting stuff in the movies like the Night of the Living Dead and zombies. Yeah. People being risen up out of their graves. Because that's possibly what could happen, man. That's how heavy it is. You can't escape that. You can't escape. You can't escape from his punishments. Ordained to be punished.
Oh man, nah, you ain't gonna be able to get away from that, man.
You know?
Because whatever you did in your previous life, man, that's a judgment that has to come.
Yeah.
That judgment is gonna touch you.
He's gonna get you. You can't escape from his hands.
Yeah, because even though you see all these wicked people who have power and influence in this world, they go throughout their whole lives, man, destroying people's lives and destroying the earth or whatever, and then they'll die, and people say, well, look at this guy, man. Yeah. This guy did all this wicked.
They escaped punishment.
Yeah, they think they didn't escape punishment. And then when they look at a righteous brother, and then they look at him, and he passed away, they say, oh, look how miserable, what a miserable life could that dude have. Man, look at that, man. He was all poor and this, that, and the other, always preaching in the Bible, and look at him, he died like nothing. Yep. But then he'll be raised to everlasting life.
That's right. That's why Yahawashi was made an example of that.
Yep. Right.
He died young. He died young. And then he was resurrected into power.
Yeah, right.
Seated at the right hand of the Father, man. And all power, like he told him, said, all power is given to me in heaven and in earth.
All power.
All power. You know? So go ahead and read that, because some take everlasting life and shame and everlasting contempt, which we're going to do a lesson on it. We're talking soon.
Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
So them that are wise, meaning them that believe are going to shine as the brightness of the firmament. The firmament is talking about the sky, the elements, the stars.
It's gonna be a different.
They're going to be shining.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got that Kanye West song, Good Life. You know what I'm saying? I go for mine. I got to shine.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be, man. They're gonna be shining, man.
That's gonna be the real shine.
That's what I was listening to that the other day or yesterday. I was like, man, that's what I'm talking about. I could vibe with that, Kanye. Because that's how I'm feeling, man.
Yeah.
That's how you should be feeling in this truth. You should be
You were hungry then.
Yeah. Come on, bro. You take hold of eternal life. It tells you, take hold of eternal life.
That's right.
So that's how you gotta have that mentality, man. I go for mine. I got to shine.
I got to
right.
shine, bro.
So we hold on to that because we understand what it is.
You fight for it too, bro.
You're gonna be shining. When he says shining, we talking about you gonna come through. You're gonna be lighting up, man. You know, you're gonna be lighting up. People be like, oh snap, who was that?
Man, look at this.
And you're gonna be a giant. When you're talking about them giants, that's true. Those men, because those that are, we're getting to the immortal, but
But there'll be, and not only just that, like you said, the giants, man, there'll be another piece to that too.
Yeah.
Spiritual power.
Spiritual power.
You have a power, man.
Because if you're indestructible, man, you could go by the sun and say hello and come back if you want.
You can run and not get tired, man.
Yeah.
You can do all kind of things, man.
Because the eternal life is the same that's given to the example is Yahawashi. He lives forever. He ain't never died. When he went back up to the Father, he ain't never went back into the grave. No, he lives forever.
Yeah.
So his elect, they're going to abide forever too.
Right.
And you can't live forever in this type of body. You got to inherit a different body.
That's right.
So go to 1 Corinthians 15.
Y'all want to finish it?
Yeah, finish that real quick.